What's up? How's everybody doing? Happy to be here with you. Sorry getting started a couple minutes late. It's still a little bit of a new tech with the webinar, but we figured it out. What's up, Jay Soloff? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Mr. Mesh. How are you?
I am good. And let's engage the audience. I respond so well to knowing a lot of people are here. Nice hat. Thank you. Yeah, we're on the video, so that's good. Everyone here, just give me a hello or something, or tell me what sector you traded today. That's what I want to know. And I'll tell you what I was really happy about today. By the way, you can't time these webinars, but whenever you land on a really good day, like I did today, it becomes a little bit more fun to talk about the markets. You know, you have a bad day, you got to come on and do a webinar, your energy's not going to be good. But today you're going to have really good energy. So tell me what sector you're trading. Chat it into the chat. There's a comment section right there. Let me know what you're trading. Small cap, biotech. What else we got? Scoop, thanks for participating. Gavin. Gillis. SpaceX for Paul. Wow. One sec, just asking Patrick something. Okay. Jay.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you one guess.
What sector
did I trade in today? What did I come in with that would make me so happy?
Nuclear.
I came in with Oklo and I came in with SMR.
Yep.
And we have a position in URA. And not only do I have nuclear, I got a little bit of quantum computing going on too. And so like I hit everything I did hit, and it was a fun day. And the best part is I was busy this morning. So by the time I checked it, it was like well into the move. Like I could have maybe sold early when it was up. I probably would have sold had I checked it earlier, but I literally had one of those nights where I could not sleep the whole night. And so finally, when I closed my eyes, I'm like, I don't care when I wake up. I just got to sleep. And so I got up at like 10:30, but I literally was up until like whatever. And so then the first thing I did, went on my phone, looked, I'm like, yes.
Those are the best kinds, right? When you wake up and you've already made X amount of dollars without even having to think about it. Yeah, I almost did a trade on SMR today. Ended up selling a put in Wolf Technology as a chip maker. But I was close to that, and then also I have a position in URA too. So it's been a good day for sure.
Like-minded. We're in URA too. I'll come back to this. I'm going to tell everybody about the nuclear stocks. I got also another position that we got into. It turned into a stock, but using options that pays me a weekly dividend, which is fun. We built a nice portfolio, and it's going well. And the nice thing is, Jay, like you introduced me now. This is the third time, and I know you don't share with a lot of people. It's the third time you introduced me to subscribers. I've done well for them. I'm proud of it. Like they're like literally, like, not to jinx it, but the last losing trade I had was August 2nd for $237 was the loss. And since then, we've traded SoundHound, JMIA, Palantir, Neo, URA, Sphere. Got some other ones to talk about. Sphere is the one in Las Vegas. That's going to be exciting. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. But just, high percentage, high quality, professional trades that people have really enjoyed. So I hope you all are excited to hear about this. Jay, I appreciate you sticking around. And what I'll do is I'm gonna go through this presentation. Maybe I'll stop my camera. We can stop cameras for a little bit so they could concentrate on the slides, then come back on, show our faces. You got more of a beard. Usually I have more of a beard than you. Now you have more of a beard than me. That sounds like
that distinguished look.
Yeah, you look good. All right, I'll just go off camera and then I'll come back and show my mug again in a little bit. But here we go. Okay. So when I say the number one reason I came back to live events, you know, I'll explain that in a little bit. But I started trading in 1997. I started day trading, and then the story gets a little bit more interesting. So the background is this. I was day trading, then I became a partner in a day trading firm. I was teaching other people how to trade into the 2000s. So my job as a partner in the firm was to teach people how to trade. And as I was doing this, NBC came along. It was like during the heyday of reality shows. And my friend's like, do you want to go be on this show? And I had no idea what it was, but it was on NBC. It was a dating show on NBC. And I was like, I'll do it. I ended up going on. And on the show, we never talked about work or anything like that. It was just like a dating show. And then like I made it to the end. It was like average guys going for Miss Missouri, and then they brought in 3 male models. So it was down to me versus the model in the end. And somehow they asked me what I do for work, and I said I have a trading firm. And they're like, wait, what? And then they're like, are you successful? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, stop. We're going to New York. So they went to New York. They did this whole thing on my trading firm. They saw I had been in Fortune magazine. And so on NBC, with 30 million people watching the finale, they were talking about my trading success. I came back and I had my own show because I lost at the end of that one. They asked me to have my own show. And on the show, we had trading challenges sponsored by brokerages. And I taught the girls how to trade. But what happened was thousands of people wrote in asking me for my help in the market, which led me into the newsletter business. It was like I stumbled backwards into this. I wasn't looking for it, but so many people asked me for help. I started a newsletter. I started teaching people how to day trade, swing trade. Then I really got into it with options trading. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit easy for me to build a following because I had so many people that watched the show. I was on Tonight Show. Before I was even TV, I was in the magazine. So there was a comfortability and a credibility that came with me, which allowed me to break into the industry. Like the Fortune article, I made just under $20,000 with a writer sending behind my back. So people have always felt very comfortable being in my universe. As I progressed, I owned the company for 14 years. I sold it in 2021 to an up-and-coming fintech company that was using AI and data to do everything. And have been a part of their journey for 3 years, but then they weren't doing anything with options. So I got my company back in 2024. Here we go, this year. And so imagine you have a company your whole life, you sell it, and then a couple of years later, you get it back. You're like, well, what would I do different? And the biggest thing for me that I wanted to do differently was I didn't want to have all different services. I wanted to have one place where I put on all my trades so I could do whatever I want any single day because I thought the performance would be better and the experience would be better. So I launched Mesh Prime, which was all the services from my old company in just one place. And you know what? Performance has been going great. The experience has been going great. And I couldn't be happier with the people that have joined my community because that's a big part of it. Just by like a yes or no, how many of you are already in it? And you could say yes. And if you're not, you could say no. I'm just curious who on here is already in the community and who's new. You could put new if you're not in the community. So either yes or new, not yes or no, yes or new. Chat that in. So the origin of my service for options, the very first option service I launched was based on what a very successful option trader said to me. He said, with my ability to pick levels, he's like, you should be using options as part of your trading. And he taught me how to sell puts. And for me, that was like a time machine because it was like selling a put is let's say my favorite example is Starbucks. When Starbucks was at 70 and I owned it and it went to 72.50, I was wishing I would have owned more at 70 because it already went up, right? So instead of buying more stock at 72.50, what you're going to do is you're going to sell a 70 put. And I did this one, my very first trade. I still remember I collected 67 cents. So what that meant was if Starbucks stayed above 70, I keep the 67 cents. If it went down but stayed above 70, I keep the 67 cents. And anything below 70, I own it at 70 less 67 cents, so 69.33. Very high percentage, high probability trades. And the first 17 in a row I did, I collected all the premium because I was willing to own the stocks. It was a bullish market. Nothing went down. I just kept making money. But when I realized in talking to other investors, people were a little bit nervous about just selling puts because they didn't like the way it looks when you say you're like going to make $200 on a trade, but you're risking 50,000 or 70,000 because you're willing to own the stock. So I turned it into a credit spread service because most people preferred credit spreads to selling puts because they didn't want to take ownership. They had less buying power and less risk. And I love the participation going on the right. It's really exciting for me. So while we're there and you're participating, how many of you prefer, if you do sell puts, do you do them naked or as spreads? Just curious. You could chat in naked or spreads. Should I not have you chat naked? Whatever. We're above that. This isn't a PC thing. If it's a naked put, you sell it naked. If it's a spread, you do a spread. I'm just curious. Okay. So that's that. And then I loved the idea of collecting premium in my trades. And so after I started with credit spreads, the next thing I got into was diagonal calendar spreads. But I did diagonal calendars using options. So it's what's called a synthetic covered call, where I would go out and buy a call maybe 3 months away, and then I would sell weekly calls against it. Okay. And what it says here, without reading the whole thing, is that pretty much this is when the street was saying it was their favorite kind of strategy. If you collect enough premium the right way, you could have infinitesimal returns because your cost basis becomes zero. And so we've done that. We've gotten to the trade where we had a cost basis of zero, so that everything we made was just returns, which was fantastic. Okay. So it's a really fun strategy. You're able to adjust constantly. Very, very comfortable to get into. And I'm going to give a couple examples of that because it's become really popular. The making of a diagonal. And the reason why I spend a little more time on the diagonal than the puts is most people have done credit spreads. They've sold naked options. Not as many people have done diagonals, and then even less have done mesh trades, which I'll get into in a little bit. But the making of a diagonal is made up of one long call and then one short call. The long call is, going out 60 to 90 days, and then the short call is going to be weekly. Okay. The characteristics of this trade are it's put on for a debit. It benefits from time passing. It benefits from increasing volatility because you could collect more premium. There's a defined amount of risk on the trade. It's just limited to the debit you put on at the beginning. And then every time you collect a credit, the risk actually goes down. Okay. Profits realized on closing the trade. The max loss, again, is the initial debit, and it keeps going down. The max gain during the trade, it could be limited to the cap in terms of where you sold above it or below it for a put. But if you take off that short leg, then you could have an unlimited max gain as well. So the diagonal creates a synthetic covered call, allowing you to collect premium while financing your trade. With a diagonal using weekly options, you have the flexibility of moving the short strike every week, giving you the benefit of always collecting the largest amount of premium. Diagonal trades are directional. You are picking a direction in any stock or market. Bullish, bearish, it doesn't matter. You can make any trade in any direction. Diagonal trades bring the best of both worlds, the ability to be an options writer, seller, collecting premium on a weekly basis, and at the same time have a chance for unlimited reward, making this the preferred strategy for the financial elite. What I love about this trade is three things. You get confidence, discipline, and you get paid every week. The reason why you get confidence is because with any one of these trades, think about this for a second. You're buying a long-term call and then you're selling a call against it. So when you do this, if the stock goes up, you're winning on the long call. If the stock goes down, you're winning on the short call. If it goes up but not above your short call, you win on both. You cannot lose on both. So it's a total confidence booster because you will have success guaranteed on one part of your trade every week. Because you're constantly reducing the risk in the trade, you're going to feel very comfortable being disciplined. You're not going to get out early. You're not going to panic. You're going to feel total control of your trading. And because there's a premium collection component, you will get paid every week. So if you're long a call, you're going to sell a weekly call above it. If you're long a put, you're going to sell a weekly put below it, and it focuses on weekly income collection. So one of my all-time examples was MU trading around 40. We love the chart. We were bullish. If we wanted to buy 100 shares of the stock, it would have cost over $4,000. So instead, we're going to buy the 40 call going out. In this case, it was like 54 days, and the cost is $4.35. So our cost is $435. But then what we're going to do is we're going to sell a weekly call against it for 70 cents. And so this is the math I like to look at. If we can average, because it's not going to be 70 cents every week. If the markets get more volatile, you can collect more. If it's calmer, you collect less. So if we can average 70 cents a week for 9 weeks, we're going to collect $6.30. Our original cost was $435, which means if our long call expires worthless, we still make 44.8% just on the premium collection. That's why I love this strategy. Okay. Another example is 4 to 22. If you want to buy 10 contracts at $1.71, going out 74 days. And then what we're going to do is sell weekly calls against it for 11 weeks. And if we could average, this is 36 cents a week, $3.96. You would make $3,960 with an original cost of $1,710, which would be 131% return on your money. Okay. It works in all different sectors. So when crypto was in play, I was actually on Fox with Maria Bartiromo for the opening of the crypto exchange. And we were trading like Riot and a lot of those other stocks that got up. So it's fun to show this. Instead of buying in at a stock, we bought in on an option, and then we sold weekly calls against it. And even when it kept running up, we were able to keep rolling them back to a point. So using options on what was an up-and-coming sector at the time, now crypto's pretty legitimized, we were able to do very well. Okay? So where we are now is my company was at a mesh when I sold it to Tiffin, which had Magnify as a subsidiary. They named it Wealth Pop. And now it came back to me, and I've partnered with T3 simply because my team that had been with me from the beginning was at T3, and my best friend was there. We had shared office space from them. I felt very comfortable with them. So we teamed up together to bring you Adamesh Live. And they gave me one of their rooms. They have trading rooms, which is awesome. So I have my own room now. It's a really good job. They've done a really good job. It's been a great partnership that continues to get better in its first year. So the partnerships are hit or miss, right? And you know early on whether it's going to be good or bad. And I think this one's going to be good. So this is what a Mesh Prime alert looks like. This is a trade we did in Mesh Prime. This is one of the first ones ever. So we put on a bull put credit spread in Uber when it was trading at 64. We sold the 62 put and bought the 58 put for 73 cents. And we ended up closing it a little bit early. We made $306 on this one. But the alert gave you specific instructions. And then when we wanted to close it, you see here, we bought it, we put it on for 73 cents. And then we got out of it. We issued an alert to get out of it for 39 cents. And then we put on a trade in Palantir, which actually did better than even the Uber one. That one worked out too. So obviously this is bigger on your screen. I don't know how big it's appearing, but you get this alert via email, text, and app. So you could always have specific instructions for the trades we do. And then you can go onto the site and click on the track record and see any trade we're in and how we've done. So this is a roll. So this is in the middle of a trade. So we're updating. We had done the 22, 23, 15 Palantir, and now we're buying the 23.50 and moving it back to 24, and we're collecting 26 cents. So this means our profit window got bigger. It went, instead of 2 points, instead of $1.50, it went to $2, and we collected 26 more cents. So all the makings of a great trade, and I could go into that more. And yeah, this one we closed the rest of that trade for 5 cents. So these are what the prime alert looks like. And then I'll show you the track record. I could go in and show you. We've done unbelievable. Okay. Wow. I went through that pretty quick. So the only things I didn't cover also are mesh trades. So a mesh trade is like a diagonal calendar, but we'll do a credit spread going out a couple months on the bullish side, maybe. And then we'll do bear calls against it on a weekly basis. That's awesome for premium collection. But not only have we done well with the trades, and again, I'll show you the trades. We've done a great job. We're also building a nice community. We get together a couple times every week. And in September, did you guys all see the news? And guys is always affectionate for men and women. Did you guys all see the news where they reopened 3 Mile Island in the deal with Microsoft to provide nuclear for the data storage centers? Did you all see that? Just give me a yes or no. I want to make sure you're updated on the trading news. Give me a yes or no. So I could share screen. Window. I'm just to switch to my trading screen for a second. So yeah, 3 Mile Island reopened. This stock exploded up. Constellation Energy, one of the best performing stocks of the year. So in September, we made a nuclear watch list. And a lot of times we have the trades in the track record, but then we also discuss things that are like not inside our risk parameters, a little more aggressive, but I show everyone what I'm trading, what I'm in. So we did put on a trade in URA. We sold the 28 puts for 60 cents. We bought the 26 for protection, and these are going to expire worthless. So we made our full profit on this, benefiting from the nuclear trade. And then also, like, I came in with options in SMR today, which was one of the hottest stocks, up $5.31. I came in with Oklo, up $5.25. Separately, we've also been talking about what's the next NVIDIA. We're on a search for the next NVIDIA, and we're talking about supercomputing. And so we put IONQ onto our radar. I sold a put to get in. I took ownership of this stock, 1,000 shares at $9.50, and now it's at $12.23. So that's been good. And then even like Qubits. Here's another good one. This is another cheap super microcomputing. So we're always on the lookout for good stocks. My point in saying all this is the community has been unbelievable. So how do I do this? Let's present slides, Mesh Prime. Okay. So am I back on the slides, or what am I showing now? Let me see this. I don't know how to stop sharing, but are you guys seeing the screen right? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, but you guys were able to see my trading screen, right? As I took you through that. So the best part about this has been the community. Like when we built that nuclear list, we were all on a call building it together. Everyone was throwing out ideas. And so it's been a lot of fun. But we also, oh, you didn't see it? Okay, sorry. Here. Present, stop screen, present, share screen, window. Can you see it now? Okay, perfect. So yeah, SMR I came in with today. It was up $5. Aklau we came in with. I did a J Soloff type of trade, the wheel, right? I sold a put, took ownership, and then I could sell calls against it. This is the supercomputing one. But we've also been doing some really fun stuff and other things like we discovered YMAX together, which is a great options trading ETF that pays us a dividend every single week now. We literally get a dividend every week, which has been a lot of fun. So we report those. We continue to build up our track record. Our record on the last 8 trades is undefeated, which is awesome. So now I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to present this. I'll go here. And now go here. Wow, I'm becoming like really good at this stuff. So, so this is where we got to now. And what I'm always looking to do is, and by the way, I'm going to stay here and hang out and have a conversation. I'm going to talk with Jay, show you the portfolio, show you trades. But I'm always looking to grow the community. I only have one service now. I used to have a lot. We used to do credit spreads. We would do stocks in another service. We would do diagonal calendars as a separate service. And I always wanted to do them all for one. So right now, my past services were Mesh Private Portfolio. That was the stock service. Phoenix, that was just calls and puts. Options Money Machine, that was credit spreads. Mesh Delta 30 was diagonal calendars. A lot of you have probably been in all of these. But now we created a brand new portal where I could do all my trades in one of the T3 live rooms, send out the alerts via app and via push notifications. We do weekly trainings, and it's all in one place, which is Mesh Prime. So all those would have been more than $24.95. But as I'm growing the community, I have my number that when I get to it, the price will go up, supply and demand. But for right now, so we're looking for good people. You guys could get in. It's $8.95 membership for the year, which is unbelievable, at adameshlive.com/prime. So you get access to the virtual trading floor, all the alerts, the 2 weekly training, a track record that's been doing phenomenal. We put on weekly trades. And in addition to all of that, I haven't even mentioned Steve Smith is someone who's been with me for 9 years. He has a really good option service where he writes up the trades and puts on earnings trades every month. So you get 3 free months of that service. So you could experience earnings season and get all these free trades with Steve Smith, just as like a nice bonus extra. But this by itself is great. And again, it's $8.95 and it comes with a 30-day refund. And I'll tell you, the last group came in, 50 people came in like a month ago. And so it's past the 30 days. We didn't have any losing trades, so nobody should have refunded. One person refunded, and it was on the last day of the trial. So I think they were going to refund no matter what, right? Like they were watching the clock for that last day. And the last day to expire, I got an alert that somebody refunded. I didn't bother calling because I could tell they were just watching for that time. But keeping everybody else, I'm really proud of that. And it makes sense though, because what I'm so happy about with Mesh Prime, and this is why I want to find new members, and anyone who's not in right now that said they weren't in, please join, is I really do what I say. I really do what I say, and I keep marveling at it every week. And the reason why I'm so sticking to exactly what I say I'm going to do is because all my services in one place. I'm able to trade whatever I want in the markets versus being constricted and having to put on certain strategies during certain times. This is literally anything goes. If the market changed tomorrow and there was a really volatile day, I might buy a call. I might buy a put. And that's allowed me to have a lot of success in a lot of different stocks. So what you can expect as you join, when you join, as you come in, and again, I really hope you do, is what are we going to trade? We're going to look for more of those nuclear opportunities that we've been working on. We're going to stay with what's hot. We're going to be on the lookout for the next NVIDIA. I'm also going to build a portfolio over time. So right now we're in 5 positions, okay? And they come off at different times, and some with under a couple $1,000, we'll take ownership of the stock and collect dividends. So the goal is as we go every month, we're going to start to have more income coming in from everything we're doing, the premium collection, the dividends on stocks, and really build a great portfolio. But I could take you to the here. I could take you to the. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'll bring you into tracker, but I want to leave the slide up. Does everyone have the slide up to join adameshlive.com/prime? Definitely come in if you haven't checked it out. Comes with the 30-day money back guarantee. When you come in today, you'll get 3 free months of another service. And you go from there. Someone asked for a lifetime cost, Rakesh. Once you've been in the service, you got to make sure it's a good fit both ways, right? I don't even know if we have a lifetime rate, but I don't even think we do. Like, I'm sure people will work that out, but you want to make sure that you're happy with me, and I want to make sure I'm happy with you. I'm looking to build a good community, so I won't want someone in lifetime. So I can't commit to lifetime for anyone just yet, because I want you to come in and make sure we're a good fit, and then get to know each other. I do believe lifetime service is a two-way street. Like, some people are about just like making as much money as they can on a sale or something. I'm not. I expect people to be with me for a long time. So I think that's a two-way commitment, if that makes sense. So I hope you come and check it out for the year. Alan, yeah, it's for the year, and it's a 1-year membership, and you get grandfathered in at this price. It won't go up to $24.95. You're locked in at this $8.95 a year price. It's also transferable to someone in your family if you want to give it a kid or a brother or something ever. At that rate, if you want to do it. The alerts come instantly when we're making a trade. That's why I partner with T3. One of the main reasons with Adamesh Live and stuff like that, it's literally an instantaneous alert. How many trades a week? It goes by as how we're doing in the portfolio. So we got up to 4 positions. So for the first couple of weeks, we were managing our positions. Like NEO is a stock we just traded. We bought calls for $1. We sold some for $1.85. That was up 85%. But then we were rolling the rest. So we were adjusting our NEO positions. When the market went down, we were kind of avoiding it. So there could be a week where we just manage the current positions. This week we did put on a new trade. We updated our existing trades. We're currently in 4 positions. Still very early in the game for us, though. Okay. You could get started doing this with like $5,000, but it should be risk capital, money set aside for trading, not like that you need to take out or anything like that. And then, do you guys want to see the track record too? Let me know. Let me know if you want to see the track record. I'm just waiting for the chat. Yeah. Okay. So we do everything small so that, because everyone who feels comfortable, and if anyone wants to go bigger, they can. But I do it based on the smaller traders, because bigger would be at your own discretion. So let me see. Do you see the trade portfolio? Yeah, there you go. Okay. So here's the equity curve since we started. Pretty good, just ascending up. Profit and loss by year, profit and loss by month. Here's the stocks we've traded. This sphere is it's marked wrong. We're up in this trade. It literally, we just put it on though, so it's not registering. So sphere we're doing well in. Palantir, Jumaya, Uber, GameStop, URA, YMAX, IWM, Sound, NEO. We traded. Our biggest loss and only loss in the Qs is $200. So super comfortable to participate in. And then when you get into the trades, and you'll have access to a website where you could go view all of these. So this one's really fun. So this is only on 100 shares, but if you were doing this on 1,000 shares, you'd be up 1,280 already. So it's all about we've already closed $187 in profit on just 100 shares doing this. And so what I do is every time we collect a dividend, I add it to our original cost basis. So we own this thing at a really good price right now, which is fun. And we continue to collect dividends. Here's the Neo trade. So this is where we leg in. We bought 6 calls of the $5 strike for $1. And then it was stalling for a little bit. So we sold 4 of the $6 strike for 22 cents. So our cost basis went down to 78 cents. Okay. Then we sold one of the calls for $1.85. So we made 85% right here. Then we bought back the 6 calls for October. We sold in November. We collected another 24 cents. So that's what I mean with a calendar where our cost basis goes down. Our cost basis went down to 54 cents, not to mention we closed it for profit. So we can't lose in this. Then on the one open one, we sold a 7 strike. We collected another 40 cents. So we can't lose on this trade. This is going to be one of those infinitesimal trades where depending on what other premiums we collect or how it turns out, it will be a multiple of a 0 cost basis. So, the track record, and, Jay can, I can, there's not many people who can come on and show a track record, but I can because it's good. Okay. Trade portfolio. It's not my tool. I pay for it, but it comes with the service. So it's free for you. It's a different service. So those aren't mine, Fawad. So to join mine, you go to adameshlive.com/prime. Okay. And if you signed up today, let me know so I know how to look out for you. Okay. I know to look out for you. One sec. And then I want to ask any questions. I want you to ask any questions you might have. And then I could come back on here with Jay, hang out, and share my cam. What's up, Jay?
Just enjoying the presentation.
Yeah. I mean, I think you and I are pretty like-minded. And you could show your cam if you want. You don't have to. I just revealed myself again. But I think you and I are pretty like-minded in terms of strategies and everything like that. Bill said, can you show the Palantir trade? Yeah. Sorry, let me go here. Share screen, window, trade portfolio manager here. So I traded Palantir a couple times. This was the first trade. So we bought the 22 call for $1.80. We sold the 23.50 for 39 cents. And we bought back that 23.50 call. We sold the 24 for 26 cents. And then we closed the whole spread for 208. So we made $372 on 4 contracts. It's pretty good. Then we in Palantir again, and this is what I mean by we could do any strategy for any service. We simply bought 6 puts for 44 cents, sold 4 of them for 80 cents, sold the rest for 96 cents. And that was just a straight buy and put trade. We could have legged in and sold puts below it, but we made enough fast enough just to get out of the trade. Okay. This was a bull put credit spread. We collected 48 cents. We bought them back for 2 cents. And then I do think there's, this, I don't know why I didn't, I think Palantir didn't show up as a loser because overall we're up like $600 in the stock, but we did have one losing trade in it where we sold the 28.50, 27.50 for 50 cents. And then the stock started going down. So then what we did was we sold the bear call against it. This is where we turned it into a mesh trade. So we collected another 30 cents. So then we ended up losing $237, which by the way, doesn't seem right, because if we sold those for 30, but on that we made 20 cents right here, and that went for $1.50, so we lost $1, and we made 20 cents, 80 cents. Yeah, 240. That is right. So that's right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's still brand new. We've been easing in. We want to get up to 10,000 before we get aggressive. So, so right. Um, so you're still early. Okay. You are still early. And yeah, it's 8.95 for the year, not for the month. Um, so okay. Um, JMIA, we've made money every time. We sold puts in it for a profit, then we sold puts in it again for a profit, and now we sold puts in it again, and we're up, and it's trading above where we sold the puts. I've been a brand ambassador for Tasty Trade for 5-6 years now. I love everything about the platform. It's the best options platform. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good platform. I use it a lot.
Yeah, Tony said, awesome service, Adam. I like that's on a small scale for us newbies. Awesome. Yeah, make sure you guys join today. I don't do these events often. Right now, I've been letting in new people once a month. So this is the only time in October for people to come in. Yeah, so Scoop, Alan, Tony, Gillis, Daniel, Foad, Bill, Crash, Jerry. I want to get these new people in. I feed off new people, the new energy. More people come, service keeps doing better. We keep growing. It's fun. So, by the way, I'll, the next, okay. What's up, Brian? So Brian's in on this. I'll give a surprise. I'll announce a surprise for Brian, and then the next 5. So Brian, I just looked, was the first to get in. So for the Steve Smith service, which is great options trades, he's good, and it's a service that I've been with Steve for 10 years. You get earnings every month, and it's just additional trades. Again, high percentage trades. He's done a great job. I'm going to make it free for the first year for the first 5 people. So Brian gets it for free, and also the next 4 that come and get it for free too, which will be fun. Thanks, Brian. What up, Jay?
I was pleasantly surprised to see you added YMAX. I just did a webinar with the CEO of YieldMax.
Really?
Jay Pestrocelli. Yeah, he's a great guy. And we talked all about his products. It was a great webinar. He's a really genuine, very smart guy. I enjoy talking to him. But
so that's let me bring this up. So YMAX is. Do you want to explain YMAX? We're in this position. We've been in this position. I think it's kind of like they don't own stock. It's just purely option based strategy where they collect premium. But if you just interviewed them, tell us more about it. That'd be great.
It's a fund to fund. So they do primarily single stock covered calls, but they do it within an ETF wrapper. So, but they don't own any stocks in any of their funds. They do synthetic positions. So for their long, they do long call, short put, and then they'll sell calls against it. And then they pay most of it out as a distribution every month. So they've been super popular. But what I really like that they do is they do the inverse too. So because it's very hard for people to do covered puts because you have to sell short the stock and then sell a put beneath it. So they do those as well. But so YMAX holds every one of their positions. And so it's got the benefit of diversification as well. And it also pays a weekly dividend. So they just changed to weekly dividend with that. And, that's one of their biggest funds. They definitely have a lot of interest in that. A lot of assets have been coming in. the company's got 5 billion in assets in their funds now, and that's just like they've been around for 2 years, so that's a pretty crazy growth model. So it's good stuff, very interesting, and very nice to have the access to that sort of thing as a retail.
When did you do the interview with him?
Like 2 weeks ago.
So they just recently switched their dividend from monthly to weekly.
Yep.
Do you know why they switched from monthly to weekly?
It was essentially demand from, it was just something that their clients asked for, and they Jay loves doing those interviews and talking to people, and he just heard from a lot of people they would really like to see some products with weekly dividends, so they changed. It was simply just consumer demand. So that's pretty cool that you have that sort of access to him, and he'll actually listen to it. So but yeah, that's just, it's weekly dividends have gotten popular. Oh, they also have his company is Zega Financial, so they run YieldMax. They also do a lot of those Defiance funds that sell the weekly or the daily. They sell the daily options and then pay out weekly payments.
Risk is, and I think you and I understand with this. We always say, what's our downside to this? There's not a lot of risk because of its options, not stock. But they're paying out the 20 cents every month. Like if like the market gets destroyed every week, now you're still going to get the dividend from the premium collection, but now your core holding might be down to 15, or you could take a hit that way, right?
Yeah, it's not any different than owning any other covered call. You have long exposure to the market, right? I mean, it's like, say, it's the same thing, buy stocks. What happens if stocks go down? Well, you lose money when stocks go down, but you make money when stocks go up, right? I mean, so it's the same sort of thing. It's the same sort of risk that you would have basically in any.
But even if the market went down a normal amount, like just not a lot, as long as you don't have extreme moves and it stays within the expected move, then this is how I found this. We've been in it for a while now. It's held very steady, and you just get paid every week.
If it holds that's their goal, right? If it holds steady and you get paid every week, then you're going to make money, right? Because the stock should go down by the distribution amount. So if it's not, that means the stock is essentially going up, and so actually it's staying even means it's actually going up, and you're just getting the distribution amount, and that's fine, right? I mean, if you're making, however, I don't know what YMAX is paying, but like some of their, they have, some of their. I just did the AMD one. It's paying like 80% distribution rate or something like that. So in theory, if it stays flat, you've made 80% on that during the year, if the price stays flat. So,
that's the beauty of options, right?
Yeah, for
sure. Are you in it?
I'm in some of the other ones. I don't have that one, but I have 5 or 6 of different ones. So, but I like YMAX too. It's just I already got into several similar situations.
Maybe if you want, connect me to him. I'll interview him too.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can definitely hook you up. Yeah, he's a great guy. He loves doing these talks. He's more of a town hall. He doesn't come with slides. He's like, what do you want to talk about? Ask me hard questions, ask me why, I'm losing money on this stock. He'll explain, and he'll tell you the drawbacks of it. And I mean, and what he likes about it. And he told us,
what's his name?
Jay Pestricelli, and Zega Financial is the company. They're the sub advisor for,
how do you spell his last name?
Pestricelli. It's a bunch of letters, so it's Pestri.
Right. I'm just trying to look him up.
If you go to Zega Financial,
the YieldMax.
Yeah, YieldMax, Defiance. They're the sub advisors, so they do all the trading for like title fund. Title does like the administration stuff like that, but all the trading and all the management and all that, the stuff that we care about, is all being done by Zega. So for YieldMax, for Defiance, and some of these other ones, but yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, yeah. But this is what we do in the community. We like find different ideas and we trade together. A couple of things, Patrick. The first 5 people are in, so I just want to Brian, Matthew, Michael, Tony, and Marlon are in for the free year. That seemed to be popular. I'll do it for 5 more people for the free year. That would be it for the free year. And if we could just keep track of that. Also, Patrick, if you could just chat out the tasty trade link for anyone who wants to check out the platform. Some people were asking me questions about the platform on Jay in terms of tasty trade. I put you on there. Right. You needed the new platform after the other deal ended. You went on there. You love it, right?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Yeah. I do all my live webinars using Tasty Trade.
It's just, I think it's the best options platform there is. So that's just what I think. Gil said on Intel, I'm far out of the money for the 33 call. I'm not trading it. I don't know what. Alan, they pay very high dividend, but the ETF price goes down by the amount of the dividend each time. Todd said YMAX pays 30%. So Alan ended up down in NVDY, which I guess is that the NVIDIA?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same sort of thing. You have long exposure to the stock. Ideally, so these aren't things you buy and hold. YMAX is a different story because it's a fund of funds and it's diversified. But with something like NVDY, you don't want to buy and hold it. You want to buy it when you have a bullish opinion on the stock, because the stock is going to go down and NVDY is going to go down by the distribution amount. So you want the stock to be in a, moving upward, even if it's a slow move upward, and then gather the distributions for as long as you're bullish on it. That's the way to trade those. Now YMAX is different because, like I said, that's why it only pays 30% compared to 80% because it's diversified. That's a different story. That's one you can hold for, you can hold in your portfolio. So but I mean, they're good. In fact, he told us a week before it came out that Palantir was going to be coming. So I was excited about that because I love trading Palantir. So they have a Palantir.
They have a Palantir one?
They have a Palantir one now. Yeah.
What is it?
PLTY. They haven't paid anything. It hasn't paid anything yet. It literally just came out last week. So they haven't paid a distribution, but I like trading. We do the wheel on Palantir in PLTR all the time. So it's a fun one to trade. And
so I like Palantir. Do you know what the dividend is? It a monthly or it's going to be a weekly dividend?
It's going to be monthly, but we won't know until. I mean, if you want a rough idea of what they're going to pay, you can look at the implied volatility. It's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of the implied volatility, but it's hard to say for sure. Obviously, you have things like earnings and stuff that can jack your volatility up and on all that.
I had a good day today, man. I literally woke up. I literally said, you ever play one of those games with options? Like I was in this SMR yesterday and I know the nuclear sector. So when I saw Oklo running and some other ones running, SMR was trading at 1380 yesterday. It didn't break 14. I was like, this is bull. So I bought some options and went up a little bit and the options were gapped out a little bit. So I had an offer and I'm like, if you guys take it. If not, I'm holding it. And they didn't buy it. And I held it overnight and I woke up and it was worth like $6,000 more. And I was like, this is great. So by the way, FOADs, Patrick, we're almost at that 10 now. FOADs in and Rakesh is in and Steven is in. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more spots for those years that we're giving away the Steve Smith thing. Jay, I'm thinking about adding a podcast, like a free podcast, like once a week or whatever.
Yeah, I'll come on. We can shoot the crap as much as you want. I love talking about options.
So how did you end up interviewing Jay? How did that come about?
I saw him do an interview and I literally just emailed the company and said, hey, we trade a lot of these these stocks. Do you think he'd like to interview with us? And he got back to me personally and said, sure. So it took a while to get him scheduled because he's, as you can imagine.
You do that with other people?
Yeah. I mean, that's just something I like doing. I'm pretty well connected from my days as a professional. So, and people generally are happy to talk about their products. So yeah, it's fun. It's good. I like talking to, we've had some people on from like Simplify, if you've ever traded any of their funds, and,
No.
just different, fund managers, option experts. And it's just something that, it's nice to break up so people don't have to just listen to me drone on all the time. Nice to have someone else on.
Maybe slides, Google slide, nope. Present slides, mesh file. Is my slide thing up or no? It's not showing.
No, just us. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there you go. Scoop is that. So Scoop. You know you're in. Stop stalling. Take one of those last two spots right now, Scoop. Can you put on the screen what the difference between the services? There's no differences. So all the services are in one now. It used to be all different services. Now everything I do is in one place. So there's only one thing to sign up for. That's why it's called Prime. So you get everything in one place. Literally, it's a no-brainer. If anyone on here isn't in it, you should be in it. And like anyone who joined already is already got money after the cost of the service, and they have probably 8 months to go. So as I said, I've done a good job. So yeah, no-brainer. Gotcha. Thanks, Scoop. You're already in. Real name's Matt. Oh, I see. Okay. You're the Matt. Yes. Gotcha. You're already in. Awesome. SMR, you've been in since $8, Alan. Nice. Alan, are you in? I like you. See, Alan, no, seriously, Alan's like, this is the kind of guy I look for. This is why I go out and do this. I make money off my members. It's not about the $8.95. The $8.95, I'll tell you what the $8.95 is. I have partnered with T3. I have a team that goes into it. We put on the webinars every week. There's profit in, but like, not like my company used to be with all the different services and advertising and stuff. It's just kind of like to maintain a community, right? Like a membership at a golf club. I benefit I made more trading today than I'm going to make on this webinar. But I love that people give me ideas. So Alan's like sitting here on this call, he's like chatting, and I like people that are like friendly, he's talking about the dividend. They pay high dividend. I got into YMAX. People that are going to keep the conversation moving forward with ideas and add to the room is literally what I go out looking for. I'm like recruiting talent for our community. Gillis said, what's your trading room like? How do you work it? So mine is the most lifestyle of any trading services. Hold on. My wife's calling me and she knows I'm going to call him. So one sec. Hold on, everyone. Hello. Yeah. What's up?
You got to take those calls. I just silenced my wife calling. So I should take a lesson from this.
All right. Sorry. Okay. Wow. All right. Best of both worlds. All right. So Alan, join up. Is there a limit to sign up for the program? A time limit to sign up? I'm not going to do this to you, David. You can do whatever you want, but I don't want to play the marketing games. I'm past that point for everything. But I'm just telling you should get in. It's easier to do it on the call. Here's the link, adamslive.com/prime. I do multiple calls every week in the room. It's a lifestyle service. We do a market breakdown. I have a CM team come on. Then we talk about what trades we have on. Maybe we put on new trades. But they're all credit spreads they're all almost all of them have premium collection, which means that they're not as time sensitive. Because when you're taking both sides of a trade, it's not going to move as much. So if you miss it by a couple hours or a day, you're fine. There are times where we'll buy calls or puts, and those are a little bit more like within a couple hours you want to put it on. EFO added. Your brother, of course. Anyone who's not in the first 10 but wants that extra year thing with Steve Smith that's related to someone. If you're bringing in relatives, I love it, of course. I'm not going to say no to that. Okay. Alan, come on in. Jay, my wife just called me, tell me my daughter's tennis match started late, and I didn't realize I'd scheduled this call with you a while ago, and I was going to miss her match, but now I can make her match and I did this call, so I'm probably going to head out in a minute. But Jay, I'm going to follow up with you. I think we should do more just general calls, you and I together, and see what that becomes, because we always have such good chemistry.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I have a nickname for what our call could be called. I could bring something back, and you guys all here on the audience, tell me what you think about this. This is interesting. So my dad was in the retail clothing business, and he had a partner. And because they both had beards and mustaches, people called them the Smith brothers, the two guys with the beards and mustaches on the cough drop boxes. Do you know what I'm talking about or no? Yes. Do you know or no? Jay?
I think I know what you're talking. I think I know what you're talking about. I have to see it, but that sounds very familiar.
So let me show you. I'm going to share it. Present. Share screen. Window. Right here. No, I'm not. It didn't switch yet. There
it is.
The Smith brothers.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. The two guys with the beards on the cough drop box. Yeah. And I've always wanted to bring that back because they sold that business and then it shut down. And so I've always wanted to bring that back. So if me and you do a call, we could just call it the Smith brothers.
I like it.
Because that's from 1847, so their copyright's gone. You guys all like that name as the Smith brothers? That would be a good name for a call, right?
I can never shave my beard, which is fine because I haven't in years. So.
That would become really good. I love that name. Yes or no? Real quick, guys. Do you like that name? Chat in.
Brothers.
Let me see.
JD, don't you think I'm old enough already? Come on.
Oh, Fawad's brother joined. Fawad, your brother's in. I love it. Okay, everyone likes it. All right, I'm gonna go pick up my kids, go to a tennis match, keep making money. Jay, text me. You have my number. Text me your ideas. I'll text you mine, and we'll keep this thing rolling along. I always appreciate you being here. And that's it. Later. Bye.
Thanks, Adam.
Bye.